Hi, welcome to this week's video on a psychiatrist's comment on Psych Meds. I'm going to continue with my departure from the original format where I'm talking about a specific medication. And today I'd like to talk about one aspect of side effects. This is something that's come up a few times this week, so I decided to make this video about it. And basically it comes down to a couple of aspects of the way that people think about what may be the cause behind certain perceived side effects. And for some reason, I think connected to bias and people's not generally liking the idea about taking medications for their mental health, a lot of times I'll get emails or messages from longtime patients who've been on a stable regimen of medications that have been working well, and they'll have a new side effect, and they'll pose to me whether the side effect could be related to their medications. Now, I never say never, so I'm not going to say it's impossible, but generally speaking, side effects come out right at the early phase of being exposed to any new treatment or exposure or a new thing that you've not encountered before. If you're going to have side effects, the vast majority of the time, those are going to come out early on. Now, of course, there are exceptions. So in your specific situation, you should always consult with your prescriber. But I just want to emphasize the point that when you have a new side effect, the first thing you should look at are any recent changes. So obviously any new medications, but any medications that you may have stopped recently, any temporary medications like antibiotics or other short-term treatments that you may have recently had, changes in your diet, changes in your routine of any kind. So recent changes are the first place to look whenever you experience a new side effect. And so while it's worthwhile asking the question as to whether it could be related to drugs you're taking long term, the first place to look is any recent changes. And sometimes what those recent changes will do is that they by themselves may not have caused a side effect, but that recent change may be interacting with your long-term medications, whether it be related to psychiatry or some other blood pressure or other medication. But so it can be a recent new medication or supplement that may interact with a long-term medication that then results in the side effect. But again, the place to start is whatever has changed recently. And what I said a minute ago, I also want to emphasize is that supplements and vitamins can also fall in this category, in particular in this way, where the supplement by itself, when it was recommended by whomever you found it, information on your own, they may not have highlighted a particular side effect because it can be specific to a particular interaction. But again, the place to start looking is whatever recent change was made, and the vast majority of the time, that's going to be the main culprit, or certainly the contributing factor along with your maintenance medications that led to the new effect. There's no reason to start by, if your primary care doctor gives you a new medication and you have a side effect, your first phone call should be to the primary care doctor and not necessarily to your psychiatrist to implicate and rule out the psychiatric medications. New side effects, recent changes, that's the takeaway. Thanks.